So the last thing I want to talk about for this module is attributes. So we've seen attributes before, but I really wanted to actually formally define them. Attributes are basically little pieces of information that can be added to HTML tags, and they always take the form of, let's take one that we've seen before, something equals double quote something. So in this case, href is a hyperlink reference. I think, don't quote me on that. I can't remember what href stands for, but this attribute has this value. So this is the name of the attribute equals this value. And in this case, that is what makes this a tag work. So this is a pretty unique attribute, href, to this to the a tag. So it's needed to make the a tag work, just like src or source is needed to make image work. But any HTML tag can have attributes. So common ones you'll see are ID, and this is to give this div a unique identifier. And so maybe this is a container, and so this says, hey, this div is the only div that has this ID, and if I were to use something like JavaScript, I could use JavaScript to target this div specifically. So we'll see that a little later. HTML is very forgiving. It will let you add another ID like this that's identical, but you shouldn't. All IDs should be unique. So yeah, smallest heading will save that rule. But IDs are unique. Another thing that tags can have, HTML tags, another attribute HTML tags can have are classes. And so you can also stack attributes. So I'm going to stack this one with 2. This one will have a class of cool div, whatever. It doesn't really matter. The difference between a class and ID is that, let's change it, cool tag, because that'll make more sense when I use it, is that classes can be shared. So you can give classes to any number of tags. And so what classes are more used for is if you are for styling. Oftentimes, if you are styling multiple things a similar way, you can use classes. If you are grabbing all of the elements on a page of a certain class, that's going to be helpful. So you can target all of the HTML elements with a class of cool tag with JavaScript, and that's helpful. So you can give classes to anything. So those are only a few of the attributes that you'll see out in the wild. There's many, many more, and I'll go over them as we go into class. But just know it's always the form of inside the opening tag of your HTML, something equals double quotes something. The left side being the name of the attribute and the right side being the value. That's it. Thank you so much.